Next up, we got Angel Reese, another friend of the channel. Angel Reese is a friend of the channel,
Yeah,
and Angel Reese is also clapping back
yeah.
at her naysayers, people who feel some type of way because she decided to have Chrisean Rock be one of the guests, an upcoming guest on her show. What is her show called? Unapologetically Angel,
Yeah, I
I
think
think
so.
that's what it's called. Her podcast.
Hmm.
So yeah, Angel Reese has her Unapologetically Angel podcast, and she has a message for people who don't like the fact that she's bringing Chrisean Rock. Chrisean Rock, who how would you describe her? Um, the volatile, loudmouth, you know, ex of what's that dude's name? He's another one
Blueface.
of these Blueface. Yeah, he's another one of these clown caricatures of a human being. Yeah, Blueface. She's more known for her spats and just outlandish online behavior than anything else. I don't exactly know what it is that she does, but I do know who she is because of her very tumultuous relationship with Blueface. And she's now going to be a guest on Angel Reese's podcast. People are asking why you would have her on your podcast. And Angel Reese is like, hey, man, be quiet. If you don't like it, don't watch. It's my show. I'll do whatever I want. So this says STFU or don't watch. Angel Reese bluntly torches critics over backlash for Chrisean Rock podcast feature. Angel Reese was fed up with people criticizing the upcoming episode of her Unapologetically Angel show. The Chicago Sky star has Chrisean Rock as one of her next guests. She announced on her Instagram story. So there is the announcement there on her Instagram story. So that's that. So cool, I guess.
Hmm.
The former LSU Tiger star took to X on Saturday to respond to whoever had an issue with Rock being her next guest. This my podcast, STFU or don't watch. Thank you. And STFU, for anyone who doesn't know, stands for shut the blank up, shut the bleep up.
Damn.
Um, I don't know who wouldn't know that, but just in case there's anyone who doesn't know
There's some people out there don't know.
that. In her show, the former number 7 pick has sat down with plenty of high profile personalities, both in the WNBA and showbiz. After a solid rookie season, she's set to take the Sky to new heights. Tyler Marsh took over as coach after Teresa Witherspoon was dismissed, bringing renewed expectations to the team. Reese is expected to leap after her workout videos made the rounds on social media. She was seen in the gym working on mid-range and long-range shot before playing in the inaugural season of Unrivaled. So there is Angel Reese opening up, unmuting to say, "Hey man, if you don't like the fact that I got Chrisean Rock on my show, be quiet or don't watch. It's my podcast." Do you agree with Angel Reese clapping back at the naysayers who don't like what she's doing here with her
I
show?
mean, she has a. I mean, it is her show, so she can say whatever she wants. She can have on whoever she wants. But I'm in line with the internet and their criticism of the type of guests that she will have on. I've seen some clips out there where some lady was like, "Oh, you can invite anybody. Everybody knows who you are. You can have Tom Brady on there." I said that's a good idea. You can have Allen Iverson on there. I said that's a good idea. But instead, Angel is inviting box rappers. Um, that unhinged girl we just talked about. I don't even know that girl name, but she's inviting these scandalous bottom dwellers on her platform and giving them a voice to speak. If she wants to talk to fellow WNBA players, I don't think people have a problem with that at all. I think the people are having an issue with these professional slurs and these unhinged women coming on there and speaking things as if it's gospel and facts, and them sitting there getting a good chuckle out of it and perpetuating the same type of dangerous rhetorics that got our community in the situation that it is in now. And I think people expected a lot out of Reese. There's a lot of Reese defenders out there. I was definitely one of them. You guys dig back in the videos. All right, when all of this stuff started to come around, I was definitely a Reese defender when it comes to her game. But when it comes to her off the court stuff, she's definitely falling into a bucket of somebody that people. She's a polarizing person. And for somebody like her who doesn't at least come off that way, to me, she doesn't. She has this polarizing way of doing business and carrying herself. So there's people that's either pro Reese or people that are just anti what she's about and what she doing, and that spans across all communities. So me personally, I don't care for her off the court stuff. I feel as though the people that she is inviting to her platform is dangerous people, and I don't care for her giving them a mouth to speak and time to speak, because we don't need to know what they think, to be honest. And if you want to talk to these ladies, so be it. Talk to them on FaceTime, but don't upload it to YouTube. And I would also say that, from the criticisms that's coming towards her, at least the ones that I saw, they were coming from women, Black women, and they don't want to see this. And to tie into the Obama situation, they want to see a clean image. They want to see stuff that we can hang our hat on, and not things that we would tuck our tail in shame with. So yeah, man, I agree with the internet, getting that Angel. But of course, in typical Angel fashion, telling everybody to shut that up. We're just haters. We just mad that we ain't got what she got. And we just mad because she living a life that we can't live. She catching flights. She's on this, she's on that. She make more money in endorsements than she does in her check. So her league check. So, she got it, and we don't, apparently. So we can't tell Angel nothing. At this point, I don't think me saying hopefully she'll listen is a thing, because I think it's baked into her bread, and I think this is who she is. So I just tell everybody, man, just buckle up your seats, man, because I don't think she's coming off this persona anytime soon. But what are your thoughts, man, on Angel Reese catching criticism for the type of guest that she has on her show, and then her doubling down, telling everybody to just shut the F up or don't watch?
Yeah, this is who she is. I think that this is egg on everyone else's face. I think Angel Reese has been given more credit than she deserves.
Yeah.
And I don't say that to disrespect her. I don't know her. But coming out of college and entering into the WNBA, there were a sizable percentage. There was a sizable amount of people, both online and offline, speaking in casual conversation, who were looking forward to her career, because in her we had an example of a young Black woman in the limelight who can stand as a positive example for future generations and for her own generation. Like, she stood as the potential for being a good example. And I think all along the way, she has shown that she's not cut from that cloth. And listen, I'm not trying to bash her. I'm really trying to go at people who thought that she was someone whom she's not. If you look at the way that, see, and it's tricky, because again, I'm not trying to criticize her per se, because she is who she is. I'm not trying to go at her for being who she is. The only time that I criticize people is when they claim to be something, but then they do something that is against what they say they are. And Angel Reese has never said, I'm this person to look up to or whatever. She never claimed to be that. She's just her. That's why, her show is called Unapologetically Angel. She was propped up as this individual who could be this beacon of a good example for goodness, especially when it comes to, women in our community. And I don't think she was ever built like that. You see the way she dresses sometimes, the wilding out stuff where she's wearing the booty shorts, or when she shows up to games and she's wearing the pants that are see-through and you see her ass because she's wearing a thong and sexy lingerie and all of that kind of stuff. Angel Reese is a new human. She's very much indoctrinated in new human ideology. She wants to just be popping and be popular and famous and make money. That's what she cares about. So putting her in a light that's something different than that, to me, is boo boo the fool on you. You thought she was someone she's not.
Fair.
I remember Charleston White. Everybody got mad at, well, more people got mad at Jeff Teague as if it's Jeff Teague's fault. Remember, Jeff Teague had Charleston White on his podcast, and Charleston White was like, I think Angel Reese is more interested in selling box than playing basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And people got mad at Jeff Teague as if
That's
Jeff
right.
Teague was the one who said that, when it was really Charleston White who said it. It was like, hey, listen, you can agree to disagree with Charleston White all you want, but she's the one showing up at events looking like one of these celebritants with no clothes on, trying to leverage her body and her physical appearance for clout, money, attention currency, and all of that kind of stuff. Sure, it's the current cultural zeitgeist, but that is what she's doing. So he's merely calling a spade a spade. What are you getting mad at him for?
It's fair.
So she's just one of these people. She's in the wave. She's plugged in. Like Angel Reese took the blue pill. So like to have Chrisean Rock, who's more of a social media personality than actually doing anything tangible on her show, to me, that's in line with how Angel Reese looks at the world. I'm surprised she ain't had Aisha Howard on her show yet.
Oh, it's loading, bro.
that's how Angel, like I remember on an episode of her own show, I don't even remember who the guest was, but they got into talking about relationships. And Angel Reese was basically saying, any guy who I'm with is going to have to be an NBA player. Who talks like that? Like, why does your guy have to be an NBA player? For what? What would cause you to believe? Like, what in the deep recesses of your mind has convinced you that your ideal man is an NBA player specifically? That's what she said. She talks like one of these chicks who believes that her place in the world is one of these highbrow women who is in a relationship with a highbrow guy. So it is completely within the scope of reason for her to have a Chrisean Rock on her show. Why not?
Yeah,
Who's she gonna bring on there? The aforementioned Michelle Obama? Like
that's what the streets want.
That's what that would be out of her character, in my opinion.
It would. She wouldn't even know what to say to that one.
Yeah, and to me, when I say out of her character, again, I'm not necessarily trying to be negative, but that is who she is.
Yeah.
So it makes more sense for her to have city girls on her show: Ice Spice, Chrisean Rock, Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B. When those kind of women are on her show, I'm like, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Because she fancies herself in the same light. I think she wants to be this provocateur, socialite, Kim Kardashian-like, famous person. I mingle in high social circles. I date rich and wealthy men in high-profile positions. I feel like that's how she sees herself.
Yeah.
So it is counterintuitive at that point to believe that she wouldn't have Chrisean Rock on her show.
Mm-hmm.
She probably would date a guy like Blueface if he wasn't incarcerated. so that's my whole thing is we need to learn how to properly rate these individuals. Stop celebrity hero worshiping these people. When they tell you who they are, believe them.
Hey, well said, bro. And hindsight, man, because it was a lot of people coming to Angel's defense when Shaq was on a show, you know what I'm saying, being Shaq around her. You know what I'm saying what he was saying. And that's probably because he know Angel.
Yeah. That wasn't mad at him. Like people took issue with Shaq saying that. Like, why? He knows, bro. Shaq has been around the block enough.
I think so.
You know what I'm saying? He knows what an adjacent looks like.
Yes,
And it
yes.
don't matter how old, it doesn't matter what the age of her. Like people are taking issue with the fact that he's so much older than her. So it seemed like he was kind of robbing the cradle. But Shaq don't care about that. Shaq is just calling it how he sees it.
Hmm.
Like he's been around the block enough. He knows what an adjacent looks like and how an adjacent carries herself.
Yeah, the
And
key
and
point is
and, and in this day and age, there is no age restriction on this. These girls are coming up. These women are coming into the world fresh 16, 17, 8 years, 18 years old, knowing how to do this. And he knows it. He's seen it. So who are we to criticize him for calling that out? He knows what it looks like.
yeah, and that's a hindsight thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's the hindsight situation. Because when Shaq did it, I wasn't defending Angel for that. I was more or less in line with Shaq when it came to what I'm saying, wear those shorts. What I'm saying, to the game, and maybe more people will watch and all this other stuff, and the shorts that you was wearing on Wild 'N Out. Shaq a fool, man. But yeah, man, people was trying to crucify Shaq for that. But I'm pretty sure some of those same people that was crucifying Shaq has seen some of her behavior since then and see that, hey man, I think this is who she is. So me, I was personally, bro, I was really reserving and hoping that she would not be in this lane. But it looks as though that she is. Um, and it is what it is. It's not me doing hero worship. It's for the people that I know that do hero worship. I wanted her to not be like them, and she's being like them. And I can't. And it's and one part of it is like that is what that is. The other part of it is, as you mentioned, she's one of these new people who came up in this new world, and this is how they're taught, just to be a baddie. Yeah.
Exactly.
Just to
Yeah,
be yeah,
that's
just
a
to be a baddie.
that's a very succinct way to put it. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she's not as concerned, and it's pretty clear now. So she's just a baddie who hoops. It's not a thing where it's like, oh yeah, I'm not taking away her love for the game, because I see her out there. She be in it when she's out there playing. But she also has this thing where she wants to be a baddie over a ball player. And I think that's the part that rubs some people the wrong way. But it is what it is, man. Yeah, but well said, bro. I didn't want to put that jacket on her. But she's constantly putting it on her damn self. You know what I'm saying? So at some point you're just gonna have to call that out. So you know, it is what it is with her, man. But yeah, you're not, she's gonna probably trying to turn it into her own version of the female version of Club Shay Shay. Just where, women come on to get messy, because Shannon Sharp, he just bring people on to be messy now. I mean,
Yeah.
I saw some of the headlines from the Damon Wayans thing. I was like, man, I don't even know if I want to watch that, bro. I don't know if I want to watch that, bro. These are wild ass headlines, but that's what Shay Shay do. He's doing it for the click. So,
Yeah.
Angels, she's probably gonna do the female version of that and have on Sexy Red to tell us what color her booty hole is.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy, bro.
Yeah, I've always gotten the impression ever since Angel Reese first got into the W. To me, I've been on this with her. I feel like she wants to date the same guys that you know the Instagram models, the Aisha Howards, these people like this, Brittany Renner before her alleged conversion. Angel Reese fancies herself dating the same men that those women date. She fancies herself operating in the same social circles as those women. She looks at herself in the same vein. I'm not, and this is independent of her commitment to basketball, because I think she's perfectly capable of compartmentalizing
Yeah,
being committed to basketball, but also, as you said, being a baddie.
yeah,
And being a baddie is very much an intentional decision that a lot of new humans make. And I don't have a term because there's a male equivalent to this as well. I don't know what the term for that is,
That
but
guy.
yeah, whatever, whatever the male equivalent term for a baddie is, guys do this crap too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And she fancies herself that kind of person. And you can say, "Oh, why y'all get going at Angel? Who cares? Why can't she wear her see-through outfits and be sexy? And why does there have to come with why does judgment have to be carried with that?" Number one, because that's just the way it is. But also number two, because I can easily juxtapose her behavior to other women in her same position and they don't do it. So there's clearly a delineation, there's clearly a difference, and we are just defining and calling the difference out. That's it.
That's it.
I didn't create the difference. The difference exists because that's how it works. There's going to be a difference. Not
Exactly.
every WNBA player or every other high profile woman in Angel Reese's position is doing this, but
Correct.
she is. Therefore, she's going to be categorized the same as the women who do it.
Thank you. Well said.
Period.
And and
Period.
and let me throw this on here too. And just like how when we talked about the Felicia Rashard situation, and Felicia Rashard, at least for our generation, and I know there's people that's younger than us too, that just look at her and just treat her with respect and grace because of how she carries herself. But then when you carry yourself like Angel, then you get people like Charleston White talking like that.
Yeah.
And then other people talking like that about you because there's the way that the energy she's giving off. It's not even just her clothes. So if y'all want to, but the clothes is also a part of the energy she gives off, and the energy she gives off is one that doesn't respect herself. So it makes it easy for somebody for Charleston White to step into that space and disrespect her. But if Charleston White came out and disrespected Felicia Rashard, the internet for once would crucify Charleston White because she didn't even give him a lane to step in there like that. So Felicia Rashard carries herself in a vacuum sealed kind of space, but Angel has this wide open thing where you can come in at any angle, and it's because of the energy she gives off. So you can say, "Oh, it's everything, all the above." So yeah, man, well said, bro. It's what she's doing, man, and the internet's gonna have fun with this, you know. So it is what it is, bro.
Yeah. Good luck to her. She don't give a damn anyway. She don't care. But it's just the way it is, man. She's put into the same bucket as those whom she behaves in a similar way to. I don't know what you want me to say. Like it is what it is. If you want to be in a different bucket, behave and move differently, and that doesn't have to take any of the air out of your sexy balloon because there's so many women in the game who I find incredibly desirable, incredibly sexy, and they're not naked in public all the time. Not that Angel Reese is naked in public all the time because she's not, but I'm just saying I think the dress and like behavior kind of go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those situations where it's like I said before, when I was coming up, a lot of the women that I was into, they didn't necessarily, they carried themselves with grace, put it that way. And
Yeah,
that didn't take away from how desirable I found them to be. So at
agreed.
the end of the day, there's a certain level of gratuitousness that one approaches their life when they conduct themselves in this manner. And
Mm-hmm.
when a person calls it out, it just is what it is. So you can get mad at it all you want, but it still exists all the same.
No
And
doubt.
the only way that she's going to get it to change is if she changes her behavior. But she won't because she is who she is. So it brings me back to my central point that people need to stop bracketing her in a bucket that she doesn't deserve to be, that she shouldn't be in. It's not about deserve, that she shouldn't be in because she's not built like that. And furthermore, if people really want Angel Reese to do something different when it comes to the guests on her show, don't watch the damn episodes because I guarantee you, if those videos get 1K views, 2K views, if all of these salacious, scandalous people on these shows only garner 1K views and 2K views because no one is watching, I guarantee you she'll switch her tune up.
100.
I guarantee you she'll put different people on her show. But if
100.
y'all still gonna carry 100,000, 200,000, 500,000 views on these episodes, there's no incentive for her to stop. So what the hell are you complaining about?
I agree, bro. Yeah, so we'll see, man. We'll see, man. Hey, best of luck to this whole situation here. I did not want to. I'm not um a thrower under the bus, an angel basher. But damn it, man. This is a crazy situation, bro. Crazy.
Well, I personally don't call what you're doing bashing. So it depends on how you define bashing.
Oh,
This
you
to
know.
me, this to me is not. I know others might call it that. This to me is not bashing. You know, calling a spade a spade. You know, it is what it is, but it ain't bashing when it's the truth, as far as I'm
That's
concerned.
fair, bro. Red pill is gonna say I'm over here simping or something, man. That's crazy.